Damn, that thing is big.
Oh, the lab.
Yeah. Is that a 3.5? Is that what that 375?
That's 2.5.
It's 2.5. Alright.
Yeah, but I think the thing weighs like either 6 or 2 tons. Something crazy.
It's 3.5, if I recall what we were looking at yesterday. Like, he was trying to say it was 6. I'm like, no. Just had it. Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah.
Like, there's not exactly a gradual. Like, my only cone is this Rockomax adapter.
Are you looking for a transition from the little tiny nose cone?
Yeah.
I need to figure out what part I used. Are you in aerodynamics tab?
I am now, but yeah, still nothing.
And then structural, of course, I'm sure you looked.
Yeah, structural was where I looked first. And I can find that Rockomax adapter, but maybe it's just I don't have the research for all of those to make it just right.
I'll find it.
But the lander can is weird. It doesn't really conform to any of these sizes exactly.
No. But it makes it easy to put stuff on.
What do you mean?
You have a lot more surface area to slap solar panels on, for example, or other things.
Yeah, sure. Hey, good morning, Chunk, and good morning to Killer. How's it going? A fairing? A fairing. Emeraldian King.
Sorry, you should have miniaturization.
I did. Oh, we skipped that. We skipped that.
Oh. Okay. I thought you were saying you had the Clampatron Junior at one point.
No, that was. I was saying that we could get that. That was one of the ones that that was an option, but we was like,
No, well, that wasn't even the part I used. I was just checking.
So, yeah.
Not like we would have been looking for a nose cone anyway.
Yeah. I mean, previously we stuck a Propadyne inside of a what you call it?
Service
bay, yeah. That's still not. That's not going to work with this cone, though. This nose cone is.
General Construction GSH30 nose cap.
Again, that's under structural, right? You're looking at the science of where it is.
Yeah. I don't know where it is on.
Right.
It is completely possible that it's from Nova Punch.
Oh, one of your.
Yeah.
Not. Okay.
But I'm looking for where it is on the tab now, so I can just tell you.
Well, let me take a look. I'm gonna.
If you have it, it would be after the struts and before stacked decouplers under structural.
Structural is pretty bare. I've got 8 items.
Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty easy to tell.
That sucks, but
I can try and grab up some more
fairings?
science real quick. I don't think so either, but miniaturization is only. Oh, I can pick up miniaturization. It's 90.
okay, yes. Cool.
Is that the only thing I would need, or what's the order?
FLA10 is from 0.65 to 1.25.
FLA 10? Okay.
Yep.
And then where's the fairing you guys were talking about, just so I know? Okay, that's
Advanced Aerodynamics has one, and Aerodynamics has one as well.
Aerodynamics.
Yeah, if you already have it. Then...
I don't have aerodynamics.
Ah, okay.
But I see there's a circular intake, which looks like something, but a fairing.
Sluggo Alpha is the last. And then there's actually AEFF1 Airstream. I know both of those aren't in the mod.
They might be, because...
Alright, Aerodynamics doesn't have any. They look like nose cones.
Yeah, no. You know, there's advanced nose cone A, there's circular intake, tail connector, okay, AEFF1, Airstream protective shell. That doesn't look like that's going to work for this, though, but...
It's procedural. You build it yourself. You can make it wide. So, yeah, you have a really good advantage in covering the entire vehicle with that until you get out of atmosphere. So it'll save a lot of delta V. It is heavy, but usually the aerodynamics far outweigh that. Just be sure you set it up so that the thing that
So do I want that more than I want miniaturization?
If you get
They're
that...
both the same, and it's a choice between the other.
Yeah, if you get that, it's not going to matter if you have the adapter or not, because it's going to be in space. And then the Airstream protective shell is going to allow you to make it easier to get in space in the first place, because you'll have the fairing. Having said that, I got to space to Duna without the fairing, so it's it's up to you.
Okay, when we're like, the whole thing is a custom shell that goes over the entire rocket. Is that what this is?
It's going to go over the tip of it, which is the part that's got all the funky things that stick out. So your lander is going to be really poorly designed aerodynamically. It's not meant to get out of orbit. It's meant to land, and it's got stuff poking out. So if you wrap that with the fairing, then you're better off.
Okay. But
and an important point about the placement that I had to actually use it to figure out, you place it down and you build the fairing from that. When you deploy the fairing in the action grouping, all it gets rid of is the shell. So you actually have to decouple the part that it's connected to as well. So just set it up so that whatever after it's deployed, it also gets rid of the part that you can connect it from. That makes sense?
nope.
Alright, well the little gray thing...
It looks like a decoupler.
It's not. It stays there with the rocket. The only thing that goes away when you stage it is the shell. So usually you put it below a stack decoupler that it's, it covers.
Okay. You said put it below a stack decoupler that it...
Yeah, you'll want to be able to remove it from the thing that continues going after it has been removed. So after it's done its job, you want to get rid of it. And its job is done as soon as you're out of Kerbin's atmosphere. And it's not the most incredibly important thing. Like, if you keep it with you for another stage, you're not going to lose that much Delta V. I don't want you to stress over it, but just something to keep in mind.
I'm not... It doesn't want to close.
It closes itself when you make, like, a point towards the end.
Yeah, I can't get it to make a point. It may be just because it only goes so high, and there's still this antenna here, that it's not going to work with this.
It'll let stuff clip through it, for better or for worse. I'm not sure why it's doing that.
Yeah, I'm clicking and... Okay. Wait a minute, it closed, alright. All right. But, well, the decoupler is.
I think those procedural fairings are a really nice addition to the game.
Yeah, if you can get it to work. Okay, well, I got to do a weird cone. I mean, maybe that'll work ultimately. I see how it works a little bit better now. It's weird. I don't know, you can tell me if you think that would work. And do I need to wrap this bottom bit anyways, wrap that lantern can up too? I would think so.
Yeah, if you did it below the octagonal bit, I would redo it. That octagonal piece is going to be one of the biggest drag. I think, at least. It would make sense to me since it's so clunky.
Yep, makes sense to me too. And we want that lantern can as part of everything anyways, right?
Yeah, it's
I'm able to enclose it in that thing anyways. Because now we're below the decoupler, it's all good.
Now, let me ask you this. Did you put the landing gear and all that on?
No.
It's gonna, the
You're gonna
fairing's
need that?
yeah. It's gonna probably, the fairing's gonna need to change because of that.
I imagine we want the Science Junior involved up in that section too.
Yeah.
And we haven't even done the... Oh, and... Now, isn't the lab is coming with us too, right? So, like, the lander's actually going to be below, right? Aren't we doing that?
Oh wait, you're bringing the mobile processing lab?
Yeah, we talked about this.
Oh, I thought it was one or the other.
Well,
I mean... Yeah, it's gonna be a big rocket.
Yeah.
You got, what's your limit on the VAB and the launch pad right now?
Did I have to leave to check it?
Potentially. You can check the VAB by the wrench in the bottom, I think. Or some kind of tab in the bottom shows you part count limit. You should be okay on part count.
Part count is 255.
Yeah, you're solid on that.
Height 36 meters.
Yeah, it's gonna be the launch pad weight. I just want to make sure your launch pad's okay, and if not, you have the money for it, which you most likely do. It's not expensive.
Yeah, we've upgraded that, so you know. But Spider Pig, what's up? And Blazers, how are you? Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does. I think that's actually how Homer said it too, dude. I think he like had it all really thought out. I mean, I know it's heavy. Right now, just this right here, the whole section is 5.7 with no thrust on it yet.
The landing legs you have, that might